One thing I decided to do second half of this year, which has been incredibly beneficial to my entire trading career, was deciding to switch to day trading and placing my focus on trading just one single instrument. If you've been in my trading community for a better portion of this whole year, you realize that I've basically been focusing on trading just gold for about 60% of the whole year, and also been focusing much more on trading on a lower time frame. I'm able to do this because I've backtested all the instruments I trade and picked the instruments that truly aligns with my day trading strategy. So in today's video, we'll be looking at another simple day trading technique you can use to make money every day trading on the market. Yesterday we went long on gold with the same strategy. We made over 400 pips. So if you're not in the community, make sure you use the link right below. You see a link in there which takes you straight to my Telegram community. Join over 17,000 active traders in there. Take advantage of my weekly, daily trading signals. Anyone who's followed my entire trading journey knows I started out as a swing trader, but I decided to switch and focus much more on day trading. Today's video is going to be another highly educated video for you. So make sure you like this video. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel, share with as many struggling traders you know as possible. Anyone you know who you feel will be interested in trading Forex, in understanding the dynamics of the market and how to take advantage of it, make sure you share this video with them. And also leave in the comment section any suggestion you have, any video you want me to shoot for you, any sort of questions you have. Remember to also like this video because it helps the channel do really well. One thing I've always talked about as it pertains to trading on the market and understanding the dynamics of the market and knowing how to milk opportunities from gold, you always want to understand what trend the market is going in. You also want to be able to identify the daily highs and the daily lows that the market creates. So all I mean by this is when you come onto the chart, this is where the market currently is. So when I woke up this morning, I marked on my recent highs and the recent lows. The market has moved away from them. So I have to now readjust all my various key levels now. And this now becomes my most recent low. This now becomes my most recent highs. I'm now targeting these points to see how price reacts. When it gets there, then now I come and apply my entry criteria. Look at the price action over there. Then I make my decisions whether I want to trade on it. But I want us to go all the way back to yesterday. So now this is also literally how I came to be in the market yesterday. And remember what I always say, anytime you come onto the charts in the morning, very early in the morning, you want to just mark out your most recent high and also identify your most recent low. One of the tricks you can also do on the market is just place alerts on the key levels and see how you can easily take advantage of them by simply using the alert option, the clock you see on the menu item there. Now, once you do this, all you need to do is just wait for the market to react to your key levels. Finally, the market hits the resistance. So I now decided to take a buy position in here because I felt it was going to be a breakout at least to this particular point. After taking this trade, a few minutes later, I realized I had made a mistake because normally when I'm trying to take breakouts, I make sure that the next high is kind of far away. The next high, which is this particular point, was kind of very close, so I just decided to ignore because I enjoy trading breakouts when the next high is pretty far off from where the breakout is happening at, because I expected to travel quite a fair distance. Now I was trying to trade a pullback. What do I mean by a pullback? When the market gives you a bullish move like this and it starts pulling back, you're mostly expecting to see if it's actually going to go back and go all the way up again. Sometimes it can be a bearish move, then it pulls back and goes back all the way down. So meaning that I was literally trying to find an entry in a position like this. But in this case, I was doing it for a bullish move, which was literally here. What does it mean? It means I was looking to see if I was going to see a formation like this and go all the way back to the upside. How am I able to catch a move like this with the concept of Fibonacci? The main thing I like to see before I even apply my Fibonacci instrument is literally wait and see if the retracement is going to be at the very least a 25% pullback. All I do is just mark out my key levels, then leave the market to do the rest. So this was around 6 a.m. in the morning. What happens next is I'm now bringing in my Fibonacci, which is this instrument here. So I'm bringing in my Fib retracement tool to now see if I can catch the retracement in here. Before bringing in the Fib retracement, you want to see where the move is starting from. So we have our move starting all the way from here, up here, and it pulls back down here. So we are just trying to see how low it drops before it eventually flies back to the upside. We now bring in our Fib retracement. 100 is at the point of inception of the move, which is all the way down here. Then I make sure my 0 also sits exactly on top of the move, also happens to be my resistance. If you also want to have the same settings for your Fibonacci as I do mine, this is how it looks like. So you realize that I have my key levels, my 61.8, my 78.6, my 50%, my negative 27%, my 0, as well as my 100%. Go all the way down and make sure there's no background. I have my levels in there. Take the levels. I want them in percentages. Then the text, however I want the font size to be, wherever I want the text to also be displayed on the chart, is all up to you. These are the coordinates of my Fibonacci. These are my main Fibonacci levels. Then I make sure it's a trend line in there as well. So I come back on here. What do? I just wait and see how the market reacts to my key levels. I'm now either expecting the market to drop to the 50% pullback, 61.8 pullback, or the 78.6 and then pull back. All I do next is just wait for the market to do the rest, allow the market to do its work. Drops, goes up. Just have patience to wait. So you realize that now the market taps into my 50%, it also taps into my 61.8%. Then it stretches all the way back up and pulls back down. So literally what happens now is you realize that I end up between the 61.8 and the 78.6. So just wait and see if you'll get a confirmation from here. So you realize that the market is now consolidating along the 61.8. What I like to do anytime the market gets to my key level is I like to look out for how it consolidates there. Then I also like to wait and see if I can also get a confirmation. So now the next two candles eventually gives me a confirmation. Bullish engulfing candle from here, which closes right on the 50%. And I'll just bring my risk to reward. Place my stop right at the bottom of the consolidation. A lot of folks will bring it to the 78.6%. It's all up to you. Then I'm targeting the price all the way up here. So final take profit for this move was initially on the negative 27%. So what do? We just take our entry, stop loss right at the bottom of the range. Your take profits are always based on discretion. So your TP1, my initial take profit was on my 27%. My TP2 was on my 0%. Then you continue setting your take profits as you keep moving from there. So now all we do is to wait for the market to go in our favor. So you see how beautiful the whole move was. So now let's remove our Fibonacci because we've already taken our trades. And now let's look at the decisions we can make as the market keeps moving now. So you realize that once the market moves out and pulls back again, what do? We can easily mark out just lower resistance on here and see if the market is actually going to respect it for a retest and actually fly all the way back up. So what does the next candle do? We end up getting a bullish candle. Then we end up getting this strong morning star. Move out of this zone. I can easily add another position with my stops right at the bottom of the range. Now we hold, smashes, gives us about 40 pips. Then we started seeing another pullback again. So it actually pulled back to this level again, came back down, gave us a morning star, then flew and went all the way up. So now this also represented another entry you could have also easily added to your position in here. Stops right at the bottom of the range. Then eventually, this is how everything went for us. After making over 400 pips, this is what happened this morning. So you realize that this drop that you see can also easily represent what we call another move and then a pullback. Let me just draw it and show you what it means. This can also represent another move and then a pullback. You can also bring the same Fibonacci in here as well. 100 sits on the inception of the move and the 0 sits on the end point. Now respected it, gave us another morning star, then flew for over 100 pips. We've had an uptrend since Monday. All you need is find a move you can easily squeeze about 50 pips on a regular day realistically from, and you can make as much money as you can on the market. So if you find this video as helpful as all my other videos, all I want from you is to make sure you like this video, share with as many traders as you know as possible. Also make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can keep up with me on my socials, KOMMONFOREX on Instagram, KOMMONFOREX on Telegram, KOMMONFOREX on TikTok, KOMMONFOREX on X as well. Use the link in the description to join my trading community on Telegram where I share weekly profitable trading signals. And you also want to use the link in my description to sign up with my recommended broker who has the best trading conditions, tighter spreads, instant deposits and withdrawals, as well as 24/7 customer service. As always, I'm KOMMONFOREX and I hope I left you better than I found you. See you all in the next one. Call me a